Okay, you're ready to start your Algebra 2 summer unit. Hopefully quite a bit of this will be review and will actually be just a really good warm-up. Some of what I want you to get out of this is how to represent your work, how to show your practice. I put the title here just to help you guys. This is 1.1, Properties of Real Numbers. I do not want the worksheet. I don't want this. I want to see on your practice page what you're doing. So in the upper right hand corner, you'll put your name, the date, and what the assignment is. In this case, 1.1 is fine. Again, you don't need the title. If you want to put it in there, that's fine. I'll do a couple of the evens. You guys should at least do the odds. I don't know if I've indicated that yet, but if you watch the video, then you get that information. Each one might be different. So let's start with graphing numbers on a number line. I'll do number 2. And I have to graph -2 and 3. So I'll start down here, and to graph it, I note a point, -2, -1. 0 is always a good one to put on there for reference. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Those are those on a number line. Remember how to use a number line. Use the graph to decide which number is greater. Show the relationship by using the less than or greater than symbol. Sometimes these are the bane of math students' existence, which is which. I always did learn the alligator eats the bigger number. And you don't need to draw all the little dashes in this case. We know that we're looking at -6 and 3, and 3 is greater than -6. You could also have said -6 is less than 3, and notice the alligator is eating the bigger number. Or this side's bigger, so it points to the bigger number. This side's smaller, so it points to the smaller number. Identify the property that's illustrated. I'm not that big on these. We can talk about a couple. 8 is 4 plus 0 equals 4. That means if I add 0 to any number, I get what I started with. That's the identity of addition, the identity property of addition. Identical. I end up with what I started with. How am I going to end up with the identical answer? If you add, it's 0. If you multiply, it's 1. Number 12, 5 times 6 equals 6 times 5. Multiplication doesn't matter. What order? We call that commutative. That's a big one. Property of multiplication. Doesn't matter what order you multiply in. 3 times 2 times 1 is the same thing as 1 times 2 times 3. Select and perform an operation to answer the question. Keep rolling down. What is the sum of 3 and 5? So you could just say 3 plus 5 equals 8. Sum is the answer to an addition problem. What is the product of 4 and 6? Product is the answer to multiplication. This is good enough for a statement of the problem and the answer. Notice also I'm working in pencil. And then, again, this is review, so we're throwing a bunch of things at you. I don't know if this is blurry. My eyes are getting bad, and these practice worksheets are small, but you guys can have a bigger picture of them. Number 24. I'm talking about units. I have 5 inches. I'm going to abbreviate. minus 2 3/4 inches. So they're the same units, so I don't have to do any conversion. But this is a whole number and this is a mixed number. Mixed numbers are not easy to work with, so I'm going to change, and everything's a fraction, so I'm going to do 5/1 inch. And do you remember how to do this? 4 times 2 is 8, plus 3 is 11/4. So in other words, I have 2 entire fourths, which is 8, and then I have this extra 3/4, so that's 11. And now to add these, I need common denominators. So my common denominator would be 4, so 5/1 is equivalent to 20/4. Now I can subtract, and I get 9/4 inches, which you could then say is 2 1/4 inches. That's how a carpenter would indicate it, right? 8/4, and then there's an extra left over. Okay. And a unit analysis problem, those are always fun. 15,000 meters over 1 minute times 60 minutes over 1 hour times 1 kilometer over 1,000 meters. So it looks like I'm trying to change meters per minute into kilometers per hour. The minutes cancel, the meters cancel. I'm left with kilometers per hour, and 15,000 divided by 1,000 is just 15 times 60. We'll do the math in my head. 15 times 6 is 30, carry the 3, 90 plus an extra 0. 900 kilometers per hour. And a couple of word problems. A cabinet has 4 drawers. Each drawer is 13 inches tall. How tall is the cabinet? Never hurts to draw a picture. Each of these is 13. So you can either say 13 times 3 is 39 inches. Whoops. 13 inches times 13 inches per drawer times 3 drawers equals 39 inches. It's a little overkill, but example of good problem solving. So keep a record, name, date, assignment in the upper right-hand corner, work in pencil, some kind of statement of the problem, show your work, keep it organized.